Research shows that 97% of teens access the internet every day, and 31% do so with zero restrictions. Spending that much time online exposes children to a world of dangers, including harassment, blackmail, and exploitation. That's a scary thought, but there are steps we can take to keep kids safe. But first, let's explore why kids and teens are at such a high risk. Children have unique traits that make them vulnerable to online dangers. Young people tend to use poor judgment. They often feel insecure and misunderstood. They may want independence and can sometimes test their boundaries to find it. They tend to be curious about sex as well. These are normal developmental activities, but they can be easily exploited by online predators. Exploitation happens when someone takes advantage of another person's vulnerabilities for their own benefit, either for financial or sexual reasons. In other words, someone may exploit a child's feelings of insecurity to lure them into a sexually inappropriate relationship. Let's take a closer look at how this happens. This process is called grooming, and it follows a certain pattern. Stage 1, targeting, is when an adult uses a child's vulnerabilities to start a conversation. For example, if a child posts online that they're fighting with their friends, the adult may respond by saying, "It's too bad your friends don't understand you. Tell me more about it." In stage 2, the adult builds trust. For example, if the child is interested in video games, they may use that to build a connection. In stage 3, they'll add flattery, increased attention, and gift giving to meet the child's needs. They may say, "Wow, you're so good at playing video games. I'm going to buy you a new gaming console so we can play together." Stage 4 is isolation. The adult works to cut the child off from their safe, trusted relationships. They may say things like, "If your parents loved you, they wouldn't have grounded you. I would never do that." It's easier to take advantage of a child if they're alone. Once the relationship is built, exploitation begins. Exploitation is when an adult benefits from mistreatment of a child through blackmail, sextortion, revenge porn, sex trafficking, or the creation of child sexual abuse material. They may ask a young person for inappropriate sexual materials like explicit photos of themselves. Later, they'll threaten to release the images and demand money or sex to stop that from happening. No child deserves to be mistreated. Knowing the warning signs of exploitation can help you put a stop to this behavior. Look for these red flags. A significant age difference, meaning an adult is talking to a child or teen, discussions about adult topics, conversations that include a lot of private questions, or an adult asking a child to role play or keep secrets. It's also a red flag if someone is sending a child gifts, asking for sexually explicit images, making them feel guilty, shamed, uncomfortable, or isolated, following all their accounts, or appearing overly interested or having too much in common, meaning they share all the child's interests. Spotting these red flags will help you put an end to abusive behavior. But the best course of action is to stop exploitation before it starts. Here are some ways to do that. 1. Talk to kids about online safety. These are difficult conversations to have, but it's important to talk to children early and often. Avoid using negative outcomes or scare tactics. Most kids won't believe the worst case scenarios are even possible. Discussing them will only damage your credibility and trust. Instead, maintain a positive tone and focus on their safety. For example, instead of saying, "If you share explicit images online, you'll get arrested and go to jail," try, "Someone could use your images to hurt you, and it's my job to stop that from happening." Be a safe place so the young people in your life know they can come to you in any situation, no matter how scary or embarrassing. 2. Set restrictions and teach kids and teens to use the internet safely. Together, you should activate privacy settings on all their apps and devices, turn off location settings so they can't be tracked, only allow messages from friends, refuse friend requests from people they don't know, and avoid oversharing details and experiences from your personal life. Most importantly, block and report anyone who crosses boundaries or displays the red flags we discussed earlier. And 3, monitor your child's online activity. Internet access is a privilege, not a right. As adults, we have to stay vigilant and regularly supervise our kids' internet use. There are many monitoring apps that help make this easier. Some privacy controls are even available right in the phone's operating system. We also recommend using an online safety agreement to set rules, including screen time limits and consequences for when rules are broken. Stay interested and ask questions like, who are you talking to? Where are you talking to them? And for how long? Keeping our kids safe is a full-time job, and it can feel overwhelming at times. We've created resources to make it easier. To access safety agreement templates, conversation starters, step-by-step privacy setting guides, and much more, visit strongforlife.com/screens.